Hi. I'm sure, like many others right now, you're wondering what on earth is going on with the guidance that we were given about the end of lockdown. And in particular, today, I'm talking about schools. There hasn't been much guidance on the safety of going back to school, nor has the science test been passed. However, there is a likelihood that some students at least will be able to go back to school next month. Um, it's not going to be as simple as just going back, though, is it? Because, like I've said before, we've had a situation in which we've spent years telling them they have to go there, otherwise they won't have a good life. And then we've been telling them for the last couple of months, you actually have to stay at home and you can't go there. So sending them back again, there is going to be an effect on the mindset that they have about what exactly this whole process of education is doing for them. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because one way we can help, because I've had a lot of parents ask me, how do I manage home education? How do I get through from day to day? They don't understand the questions, they don't understand some of the answers, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. You know, not everybody was made to teach subjects, right? And sometimes it's the way the question's asked. What you can do, however, is instill that resilience in your child, you know, that growth mindset, so that they understand that when things open up again, they should be aiming for a positive outcome on the other side, rather than just thinking that nothing will go well. It's really important for their mindset. And I'd like to share something with you in case it makes it clearer, and it might just give you the sentence that, or rather the conversation starter. But I'll be running a series of talks like this online in my lives, in which I'm just going to give you a few little starting points so that you can work with your child on improving their outcomes. So here is one I made earlier. Bear with me. I'm not as techie as I should be. Don't tell anyone. Right. How clearly can you see that? Let me see if I can make it any bigger. Okay. So Amy has just scored 60% on her maths test. This is just a question to start. She doesn't think she can do much better and hates her maths lessons, so she doesn't put her all into the work when she's ever going to use Pythagoras theorem anyway. And that is the attitude given by many, many students. They don't understand the connection between what they're doing and what real life is going to do to them. You know, they need that connection to be able to make it work. What we've done is there was a connection of sorts, and we took it away, and now we're going to try and say, well, actually, you need it. So you need it. Well, no, you don't need it, but now you do need it. So we need to rebuild the mindset. On the other hand, Jamie has just scored 55% on his maths test. He'd like to have done better, but he has decided to try and apply himself and do his homework. He finds Pythagoras hard, but thinks about how useful the theorem could be to someone designing a house. Now, the question that you would need to ask your child while teaching this is what? It would be, sorry, my techiness, it would be which approach would be the most productive approach? Would it be the child that doesn't understand how the connection comes together? Or would it be the child who doesn't necessarily understand how the connection comes together between Pythagoras and real life, but still tries to go ahead and make things happen anyway. He's asking questions, he's building that curiosity, he's saying, you know, Pythagoras, okay, so we're talking about trigonometry that could help me build a house or design a house or pursue a career of some sort. In doing that, we might not be ticking the boxes of online learning done, but sometimes you have to colour over the lines a little. Okay, colour over those lines and say, the online learning that I gave was teaching my child how to think about the future in a more proactive way. It's actually a really nice thing for them because it gives them that little understanding that you're with the whole idea of their future, and you're connecting them to it, and you're saying you could achieve all of this, you can achieve it, and let's now move the conversation on to how we're going to achieve it, because the how doesn't come first. What comes first is the acceptance that we can do it. It's an important point, isn't it? And I, like you, and like many other parents, have been accused many times by my child of not actually listening when she's speaking. And yes, hands up, I'm often rushing around doing different things. And sometimes I'm like, I'm not in present, I'm not in the moment. I hold up my hands again. But when I take the time to sit and listen to her and see what her dreams are and see how I can help it happen, that is what is key to me. That is what is important to me. And I'd like you, please, to try and find time to sit and listen to what they've got to say and to start to build that mindset within them. And I will come back with another part of the course, possibly tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow. It's an interesting one because it doesn't take much prior knowledge. What it takes is what we have, and that is a lot of experience. And the outcomes are much, much greater than any worksheet that you might complete today. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.